Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the latest edition of our Higher Summits Weekend Outlook. I'm, of course, Francis Tarasiewicz, a meteorologist and weather observer, coming to you live this evening from the summit of Mount Washington, as always. And I want to start tonight's broadcast with just a quick overview of our 2023 year-end campaign. Of course, this is a time of year where giving is common, and so we ask members and people who are interested in our work alike to perhaps donate to us if you're interested. We are, of course, trying to raise $270,000, and this money really helps to support our scientific goals and research, as well as our forecasting, our observations, and our extensive educational program, which I'm very proud to be a part of as well. And so, again, you can go to our website, mountwashington.org, and if you are able to donate to our 2023 year-end campaign, that'd be very much appreciated. Again, you'd be contributing to over 90 years now of weather observations and science. And so, with that out of the way, I'd like to talk now about the upcoming weekend forecast. And so we'll start now with some current conditions up here on the summit of Mount Washington. Currently, wind speeds out of the southwest, 37 miles per hour. And it's been a bit of a warmer day than we've seen in the recent past up here on the summit and around the area. So here is the vertical temperature profile. Taking a look from the base, of course, all the way up to the summit. Yeah, we actually did get above freezing through a pretty deep layer. Below about 5,000 feet or so, and even 5,000 feet, we're flirting with that 30-degree mark. Temperatures are still rising. But up here on the summit, we've been in the upper 20s all day. And of course, in typical Mount Washington fashion, our visibility has been quite low. We've been in the fog pretty much for the entire day, so lots and lots of brine ice out there. And it actually did just start snowing about an hour or so ago. We'll take a look now at the We'll take a look at the visible satellite loop for the day. This is going back to about this morning or so. We're looking at the eastern United States. You can see a very large area of cloud cover. And that's associated with the storm system we call a Midwest or Panhandle hook. And so what these storms tend to do is they move from the Oklahoma Panhandle region, and they move very quickly across the center of the United States. This storm has traveled from basically Texas to parts of the Ohio Valley in just about 12 hours or so. So a very fast-moving storm. You can see this expanding area of cloud cover. It's reaching all the way into New England, of course. Lots of precipitation underneath that. We'll take a look now at some radar images here. Just on my radar. And so we're taking a look now at regional radar. You can see that's just filled in pretty nicely over New England as that storm center has made its way to the north and east. Really what we're seeing is a lot of warm air overriding some cooler air, and that's causing some precipitation as well. And so we'll talk now this weekend about this storm, what it's going to be doing, as well as the potential for another more significant snowstorm for the northern New Hampshire region going forward with the weekend forecast. So we'll start off here looking at precipitation and how it's going to unfold over the next couple of days or so. I'll step on this side so you all folks can see things a bit more clearly. And so we'll go through tonight. You can see right on schedule, we've got that area of precipitation from that system, that Panhandle hook that I mentioned, racing on in. And you can see a little blue dot there in northern New Hampshire. That's Mount Washington holding on to the snow, while most other locations will see rainfall. Moving through the night, we'll see periods of snow on and off, maybe some mixed precipitation as well if that warm layer is able to make it up to our level. We'll see a little bit of a lull overnight and then a secondary area of precipitation on the back end of that storm system. It's really associated with a cold front that's going to be coming in. It's going to help to push down temperatures as well. This is moving into Saturday afternoon. Saturday, we get a nice break. There might be some lingering upslope snow showers in the region, but really our focus, I should say, will turn to the southwest here. We'll have another storm system developing. This one will take more of a form of a coastal storm system, so you'll see a lot of the precipitation focused to the south as you start the day on Sunday. But as that system starts to get its act together later Sunday, you can see areas of, perhaps moderate to heavy snow up here in the North Country where that cold air is able to linger. Mainly a rain event, southern areas, but of course even mountainous areas of southern New Hampshire and Vermont. You can see a decent bit of snow here. This is now moving into Monday night. It'll be on the weekend forecast, but really summarizing here a unsettled weekend ahead from the precipitation department. You can see really that storm getting its act together and continuing to dump snow into Sunday night and into the day on Monday. In terms of wind speeds, we'll see a fairly consistent wind here. The direction of the wind is southerly, and that's what's helping to push in a lot of that warmer air. And so we'll move forward now. The winds will really sort of still be southerly. We'll see a little bit of stronger, more directly southerly flow of wind tonight, and that'll help temperatures stay relatively mild overnight for our standards up here on the summit. And we'll see winds turn more westerly tomorrow and eventually northwesterly, ushering in that colder air behind that frontal system will move in. And of course, that cold air will set the stage for a potential significant snow event up here in the North Country moving into the day on Sunday. And speaking of Sunday, we'll go right into the day on Sunday. A bit of a lull in the winds between systems. Winds perhaps calming into the 10 to 20 mile per hour range for the day on Sunday. And then moving through Sunday, we'll see winds increase as that storm system starts to get its act together. Here we are going into Sunday afternoon. Stronger sort of northwesterly wind picking up as that storm system begins. The winds will switch to the southeast as well. The low center developing somewhere near Pennsylvania more so going into Sunday evening. In terms of temperatures, we'll see a bit of a seesaw with temperatures. Nothing too cold, nothing as cold as what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. So a nice little break up here for the White Mountains region. I'll step back on this side. I keep moving that side tonight. And so we'll see those temperatures gradually start to fall with the loss of daytime heating, of course. And then we'll see a little bit of a rebound of those temperatures, that freezing line really coming close to the summits. This is, again, temperatures around 5,000 feet or so. This is overnight. And then you'll notice going through the day tomorrow, those temperatures start to really crash back down as that flow becomes more out of the northwest as that cold front passes through. And we'll watch that unfold here Saturday afternoon and evening. See the temperatures crashing. And then moving through the day Sunday, plenty of cold air still draining south. You can see it almost has like a finger-like appearance as it's settling into some lower valleys here. And we'll continue the clock here Sunday afternoon, evening, and cold air again firmly in place for that potential snowstorm or snow event, I should say, for the North Country Sunday night into the day on Monday. And a lot of people, of course, will wonder what snowfall totals might look like. So this is just one model run. This isn't exactly what's going to happen, but this is what the European model thinks for snow totals going through the day Sunday. You can already see some snow there. This is from the current system we're dealing with, so the European model is thinking maybe a couple of inches for the next day or so. But as we move into later Sunday, we'll keep moving the clock here. You can see those snow totals beginning to pick up really from the lakes region on northward with this type of storm where there's not a whole lot of cold air in place, but just enough to maybe make for some interesting travel issues going into Sunday night and Monday. You can see the snowfall will be heaviest perhaps Sunday night, going into the wee hours of Monday morning. You see some of these purples and blues here indicating snowfall totals in excess of perhaps 6 inches or so. I think that's mainly going to be confined to the highest of elevations, but we'll definitely see how models trend over the next 2 days. And you can see a nice stripe of pink and purple going through the day on Monday. These are our snowfall totals as this model sees it, potentially over that 6-inch mark, maybe going to the 8 to 10-inch mark. But of course, exact totals, there's still a bit of uncertainty because we don't exactly know how the temperatures aloft will look, if it'll even be cold enough for that fluffier snow. But at the moment, this is a pretty good signal that, the highest snow totals we can find to the higher terrain. So we'll wrap up today's broadcast by talking about the daily details. Thanks to Carl for providing the forecast this evening. Friday night, we'll see in the clouds. We'll see that snow transitioning over to snow showers after midnight, with possible snow accumulations of around a trace to 2 inches or so. Low temperatures we'll see fall back into the lower 20s or so, and winds will be from the west at 35 to 50 miles per hour, gusts up to 60 miles per hour early, gradually decreasing as that system approaches back down to 25 to 40 miles per hour. Wind chill valleys, 5 below to 5 above. And now moving on to Saturday, a bit more of an interesting day. We'll see cloud cover with snow showers continuing, possibly transitioning to a wintry mix if we get some of that more southerly flow. We'll see additional snow with sleet accumulations of a trace to 2 inches, but we're also introducing now freezing rain accumulations, potentially a trace up to about a tenth of an inch or so. High temperatures rising into the upper 20s, and winds will be from the west at 25 to 40 miles per hour, with gusts up to 50 miles per hour throughout the day. That'll allow wind chill valleys to creep up a little bit, still pretty cold, 5 to 15 above. For Saturday night, we'll be in the clouds possibly with that wintry mix, transitioning back over to snow showers. Remember I mentioned that cold front bringing in that cooler air. We'll see additional snow accumulations around less than an inch or so. Lows in the mid-20s and winds from the west at 25 to 40 miles per hour, decreasing to 15 to 30 or so. Finally, for Sunday, we'll see those snow showers transitioning to snow by the afternoon, I should say. And that's an association with that system that'll be gradually making its way from Pennsylvania area, sort of transferring some of its energy offshore into a broader area of coastal low pressure. So we'll see additional snow accumulations of about 1 to 3 inches or so throughout the day. On Sunday, we'll see temperatures decreasing to around 20 degrees by sunset as some cooler air starts to filter in from the north. And those winds will be from the west, shifting to the south at 15 to 30 miles per hour, increasing to 25 to 40. And eventually wind chills will start. They'll be between 5 and 15 above and gradually cool back down to between 5 below and 5 above. And that's essentially the higher summits forecast for this weekend. Of course, always keep an eye on our higher summits forecast. You can access that at mountwashington.org/weather/higher summits forecast. We do update it twice daily, and it does go out for 24 or 48 hours, I should say. So, of course, it's always changing. We do encourage you to check it out whenever you can, especially if you're planning a trip to the White Mountains. But again,